Hello everybody, this is going to be my video for the What If episode 3, What If the World Lost Earth's Mightiest Heroes. And, if you're watching this, I assume you have already watched the episode, so I'm just going to get right into it. This episode, again, like, the previous episode, had a different pace than the one before it, and really both the other ones. It's more of like a murder mystery. And honestly, I couldn't tell who the villain was until, the very end when they revealed it. In this episode, each Avenger, each original Avenger dies in very mysterious ways. We go through all the different Avengers. Tony gets killed somehow with the injection needle that was meant to save him. Black Widow is suspected. Thor gets shot by an arrow when attempting to retrieve his hammer, and Hawkeye is suspected. But then Hawkeye, dies mysteriously in a cell. Black Widow goes to find Bruce Banner, and then he gets shot, and he, of course, he turns into the Hulk, and then he just mysteriously explodes. And then Black Widow dies trying to find the truth. Well, she does figure out the truth, which is hope. This story mainly follows Nick Fury and Black Widow, and both of them are trying to figure out, how each of these events are happening. It's a complete mystery to them too until the very end. Loki does come to Earth to avenge Thor's death, which I thought was pretty cool. And he's very hostile at first. He tries to encase at least part of where they landed in ice. But Fury talks him out of it, and Loki does agree to work with Fury, or more so, he allows Fury to help him to find Thor and the other Avengers killers. Figuring out the riddle, the Black Widow left Hope. Fury goes to Hope Van Dyne's grave, who, apparently in this universe, worked for S.H.I.E.L.D. and died in service. And this caused Hank Pym to, go mad, and he picked up the mantle of Yellow Jacket, which is, from the comics, one of his more aggressive alter egos. And I was a little surprised that they went this route, because they didn't really seem to want to do much with Hank Pym and the MCU. But if you read the comics, that Hank Pym is often described as a troubled or unstable character. He's plagued by his many failures, and he is often, shown having anger management issues. But, at the same time, he's a founding member of the Avengers, so he's also, held in regard as this, one of the founding, divine heroes, maybe. Though, for a little while now, he's been dead. He's been merged with Ultron and dubbed Ultron Pym. So he's a bit of a... They might bring him back at some point, but that's his fate right now. Back to the episode. Fury is able to enlist Loki to help with dealing with Pym. We get this big, elaborate illusion with Fury beating up Yellow Jacket, is what I'm going to call him in this. But it was actually, Loki fighting him, I'm sure, but just disguised as Fury. After they subdue Yellow Jacket, Loki decides he wants to rule Earth and easily subdues the world governments. Though the episode does end with Fury summoning Captain Marvel, so I'm sure Loki will have a very short role. And to be honest, I really love this episode. It is again something that we haven't really seen before, and we might get something else like this, I think, in the future. But more along the lines of like a what if Deadpool killed the Marvel universe? It just seems like a missed opportunity to not do that with Deadpool, with all the various different timelines going on. And this was, pretty cool. It wasn't necessarily a darkest timeline, but certainly a darker timeline. But it did look like there was potentially, hope coming in the future for that timeline, with Captain Marvel returning to Earth earlier than she did before, and with them finding Captain America. So Captain America's still around in that timeline. So yeah, that's I think that's it. It's a very good episode. Looking forward to the next one. And this is StellarVision and Spider-Man. And hope you have a good night. Hit like and subscribe if you want.